Good evening, welcome to my channel. I'm yayyyyyy and today is day 10 of my 40-day water fast. Yay! I've entered the double digits. For those who have been following my journey from day one, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you all. So I'll start with last night. Last night I went to bed early. Okay, before I go into that, if you're hearing a background noise, please forgive me. We've had a power outage since Friday, and so people are running their generators. Forgive the background noise. So last night, because of the power outage, I went to bed very early. By 8 p.m. I had gone to bed. I woke up by 2, was awake till 4, and then I slept back and woke up by 6. Now, between 8 and 2, I had 2 dreams. One I can remember, the other I can't. The first one, I was with a friend and we were in like a slum area and a slum house, and then she needed to go and have a bath. And I followed her. We went, it was a large uncompleted building, and we entered and then we went upstairs. It's an uncompleted house, and then we went upstairs, and that floor was just a floor full of bathrooms, like showers, and people were lined up waiting to take their own showers. And she and I just stood and we were gisting, talking till it was her turn, and she now told me, oh, it's my turn to go into wherever, you go and wait for me. And so I walked away from there, and that was how that dream came to an end. And then I know soon after I had another dream, and I can't remember, for the life of me, I can't remember what that dream was about. But I know when I woke up at 2 a.m., I was like, wow, 2 very weird dreams. And I was like, aha, the dreams have started. Now, when people are fasting, they are known to have very vivid dreams, sometimes of food, sometimes of the past, sometimes of the future, sometimes just weird. So I can categorize the dreams I had last night under the weird category of dreams. Yeah, so that was one, the dreams. Then this morning I woke up and I had a bowel movement. Now you'll be wondering, what's my business with that? Now, when people are on a fast, on a 40-day fast, or even a 21-day fast, when you're on an extended fast, because you're not eating, you're not going. It's simple logic. And sometimes when people are on a 40-day fast, even if they go like on the 33 or 35 or 37 or 39, or near the end. It's only one woman I remember, I watched that video, and I remember she had a bowel movement on day 4, and then after that nothing. So at first I was a bit surprised, like today is day 10 and I'm using the loo, and I'm like, okay. Then I remembered something. I remember that yesterday I took snake juice, right? Throughout yesterday I drank that whole 1.5 liters of snake juice, and it had pink salt. And I've realized that with me, I don't know about other people, but with me, pink salt has a bit of a laxative effect. So I was like, okay, yeah, I drank pink salt, or at least it was in my snake juice yesterday, so I shouldn't actually have been surprised that I used the loo today. And I then remembered there's this lady, Maria Vitrolia. She's on YouTube, and that's her YouTube channel. You can go and watch her. She has awesome videos. 4 years ago, she did a 54-day fast. And in those 54 days, she was taking the snake juice and water. And in those 54 days, she used the loo throughout. And I remember one of the comments she made was that she kept wondering, where's all this poop coming from? And so that brings me to something. In the fasting community, there are 2 schools of thought. There are people that say do enemas while you're on a fast, and then there are the people that say no enemas. Now, when you're living your life, all of us as adults, children, adults, you live your life, you're living your life, you're eating, you're pooping and all that. Fecal material lines your colon and rectal area, just over the years get lined, kind of. That's my understanding. And then when you fast, it gets loosened, it detaches itself from the walls of the colon and the walls of the rectum, and they're just kind of hanging there. So those that are for enema say flush them out, and they that believe in it say, when you flush out, they pump water, warm water in there and flush it out, they feel better, so much better. They feel more energetic. All the detox symptoms they are feeling minimizes, all that. So they'll say, oh, do an enema every few days. The no enema people say, do you know what? Leave all alone, leave everything as it is. When your system is ready, it will do the flushing itself. And if it doesn't do the flushing during the fast, believe you me, when you start refeeding, for the first few even hours, depending, for the first few hours or days, when you start eating, especially if you're eating your watermelon and your fruits, you will clean out. So those that say no enema say leave your body alone. It will do what it needs to do when it wants to do it, so that's it. Meanwhile, there are some people that say, okay, don't, no need to do enema, just do what is called a salt water flush, which is from time to time you take a tablespoon, not teaspoon, of tablespoon of pink salt and put it in a cup of warm water and drink it, and then 30 minutes after, you're cleaning out well. And I'm like, for me, that pink salt and I have that relationship. I won't clean out. My intestines will come out, So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do any salt water flush. I'm not going to do an enema. I'll rather just wait for my body to do what it needs to do when it wants to do it. So that was it for that. So sorry for all the TMI, but it's all part of the fasting process. Then I weighed myself this morning, and you won't believe it, my weight hasn't moved in 2 days. I'm still at 77.4 kg, and even after I used the loo, I came out, I climbed on the scale thinking that I'll be maybe at a 77 or even a 76.9. No, dude, I was at 77.4, very stubbornly at 77.4, and so I went about getting ready for church. Then I noticed today, throughout in the morning, that I noticed that I had a dry mouth, like my lips were dry and almost cracking. I had to keep rubbing Vaseline on it. My mouth was very dry, as if I'm on a dry fast, and I'm not on a dry fast. So I believe that was my body telling me that I need to take more water. Now, I had already packed a bottle of water to take to church with me, and I just kept sipping from it, and my mouth just remained dry till communion time. Now, between yesterday and today, I was wrestling within myself, because today is the first Sunday of the month, and in my church it is Communion Sunday. And our communion is this little piece of bread like thing. I think it's unleavened bread. It's not like the regular bread you take. And also a little cup of a drink. It's like a berry kind of drink, and or wine, I don't know, but there's no alcohol in it. So that's what everybody gets. And I was like, the little bread I can take, and I don't think it will make any difference. But you see that little cup of drink, I felt it would knock me out of ketosis, because that's just a sugary drink right there. But I decided, while I was this morning on my way to church and in church, I was like, what, the spiritual benefits of partaking in the breaking of bread and communion it outweighs everything. So I was going to take the communion. So I did. I took that little bread and that wine. Soon after, the dry feeling in my mouth kind of reduced, but not for long, in all honesty. What it did was, I noticed it gave me a little energy. I was able to, after service, move around a bit without help. Like this morning when I got to church, I had to walk very slowly into church, and then I went for a little meeting before service, and walking out, I needed to lean on somebody. I leaned on this lady till I got back to church and to my seat, but after service I was able to walk around. I had a little energy. I believe it was from the drink and from the communion. And then but within before we left church, within 2 hours, I can tell you that my mouth got bitter again. So even that sweet taste didn't last. It didn't last at all. Within 2 hours, my mouth was bitter. As I got home, I was already beginning to feel tired. I was about 1. I was already beginning to have that tired, weak feeling. I'm beginning to associate that with this fast. So yeah, so I believe that even if I don't think it even knocked me out of ketosis, what I just think is that if I had measured my keto numbers just before I took the communion and measured it after, yeah, it would have reduced but not be zero. So I believe I'm still very much in ketosis even now, and I am experiencing that tiredness. It's not so bad, but it's there. I can tell you, because when I got back from church, I just lay down, but I couldn't sleep, but I lay down because I was tired, And I realized something about my body throughout this fast. Even on days I'm weak and tired, when I sit down like this, I'm sitting down and talking, I'm fine. Well, the talking is tiring, in all honesty. So when I'm lying down, I feel fine. The problem is once I stand up, once I stand, once I try to move around, moving around is as if my body doesn't want me to move. I'm just there. I just feel a little woozy once I start moving, a little lightheaded, slightly dizzy, just disoriented. That's how I feel when I move around, So it's like my body wants me to be in a stationary mode throughout. So yeah, that is it. Church service was cool. Now, the other night I went for an all night. It was nice. I had a lovely time in God's presence. But I have this feeling, and it's still with me, that I am on the outside looking in, or I am on the verge of pressing in, but I haven't pressed in yet. And so today, even during the communion, even in church, even last night, I was praying to God. I said, God, I want to get into the next level spiritually. I want to more God in my life, more power, more love, more word, more, worship, just more of everything God in my life. And I'm at where I'm at, and I just seem to be on the verge. Now, this may or may not make sense to you guys, and but that's where I am spiritually. Even today, I was like, God, I want to get there. Now, I don't know. It's not like I'm expecting a bolt of lightning. I just feel that I'm not there yet. I just feel like I'm on the verge. I'm outside looking in, or I'm at the door yet to go through it, or something, But I have a program. In fact, this week, for those praying for me, please up your prayers, because this is a week like no other. I'm going to have to go to work tomorrow. The power outage, I'll have to go to work. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I need to be in the office both days. And so that means I'm going to be going out and coming back for 3 days straight. Even when I'm not fasting, I find that tiring. So I'm going to need the special grace of God to push through these next 3 days. And then on Friday, I'm traveling for a church program, a conference in Benin. Now, for those, if you're outside of Nigeria and you're listening to this, Benin is about 6 to 7 hours drive from Lagos, where I stay. And we're going as a church, we're going in a bus, we're going together. It's going to be a morning till afternoon, evening trip. So the funny thing, I have a funny plan. I want to stay awake all night of Thursday. Just me, don't mind me. I don't even know what I plan to do. So that when I get in the bus on Friday morning, we're leaving quite early, by 6 a.m. or so. We should be off, or 6:30 or 7, whenever it is that we will depart from Lagos. so that because I haven't slept Thursday night, hopefully I'll sleep for most of the journey. Like when we're in the bus, I will just be sleeping while everybody is gisting or laughing or whatever it is they will be doing. Normally we just gist and laugh. Sometimes depending on the bus, they put a movie for us to watch. But my plan is just to try and stay awake all of Thursday night if I can, so that most of Friday during the day while we're on the trip and on the road, I'll be asleep. So that is my plan. But I'm looking forward to the conference because it is another opportunity. I mean, Friday to Saturday was just about 6-7 hours in God's presence, and it was awesome. This one is like 72 or more hours in God's presence, up to 72, because starting Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning. More like 60 hours in God's presence. That's and I intend to personally make the most of the session. So I'm looking forward to soaking myself in the prayers, soaking myself in the worship, soaking myself in the word. 2.5 or 3 days of God's presence. I think I will press it. I think that threshold I'm on, I'll cross it. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what I'm expecting. As I said, not a bolt of lightning, but something. So yeah, so that's how it's going to be. So I'm looking forward to that experience. So this is going to be quite a week. I'm going to be working tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just the thought of it is tiring. And then Thursday, getting ready for the journey, and then Friday we go to the trip, and then Friday night the program starts till Monday morning. It's not straight. We'll have breaks, including going to bed sometime in the night. But what I'm just trying to say is a 2.5 day stroke 3 day conference, and I am so looking forward to engaging with God even more, having an encounter with the Lord. Just as I said, that next level spiritually, pressing and getting there. I don't want this fast to waste, so to say, even though my core reason originally it wasn't spiritual, which is even why I have the liberty of being able to post the video and the journey. But I do want to enjoy every benefit I can get from this fast, both physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So I look forward to the the experience next weekend. So yeah, so that is it for day 10. I am so happy and glad that I've reached here. I want to ask you to continue to like my videos. Please share it, let people watch the journey, see that this can be done. Many people have actually done this 40-day water fast. Just check YouTube, you see so many people, Christians and non-Christians alike, they've done this, and it's interesting to see. And then I'm waiting for those breakthrough. I believe I've started having the clear thinking that has been there for some days. My mind is clear. It's just that I also don't really feel like engaging it too much. But my mind is clear, and I'm looking forward to those breakthroughs. When you have those what's it called now? How will I put it? Breakthrough, that's how else I can put it. When you just get into the realm of the spirit and you just learn revelation. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to all those revelation knowledge to come about maybe even me, about the future. I'm looking forward to knowing things, by the Spirit of God, being sensitive enough spiritually to pick it all up, and be able to pick it up and understand it and run with it, So yeah, so please, 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 if you haven't subscribed, if you watch my video up to now, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and ask your friends and family to subscribe as well. I am aiming to get to my 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Please help me make it possible. Thank you very much for watching my video. Have a wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you may be. Take care of yourself. Bye.